General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 21st, reveal that Drew Kane will suffer a massive stroke, while Willow Kane offers up some fake despair. Britt Westbourne will also face a grim ultimatum, so there'll be a lot happening in Port Charles. Before we dive in, we should mention that GH was preempted for news coverage on Tuesday, January 20th. That means the episode has been pushed back and will now air on Wednesday, January 21st. But we've got some juicy details on what's coming up. For starters, Willow will pretend she's in a panic as paramedics rush Drew to GH. Willow will offer up a fake story about Drew slurring his words and seeming like half his face was melting before getting Elizabeth Baldwin's comforting hug. Nina Reeves will also get updates on Drew's hospitalization and will embrace Willow as she continues to turn on the waterworks. Tracy Quartermain will pop up fearing one of the children might be hurt, but Willow will insist this is about Drew instead. As for Kai Taylor, he'll glare at Willow as she puts on this distraught wife charade and flash back to a conversation with Trina Robinson about Willow shooting Drew twice. Lucas Jones will eventually appear and reveal that Drew has seemingly suffered a massive stroke. That means Drew could face a slew of complications including aphasia, limited mobility, or even full locked-in syndrome. Tracy will ultimately hint to Nina about Drew getting his karma, while Willow secretly disposes of the syringe she used on Drew in a hospital waste container. Over with Britt, she'll show off her new office to Jason Morgan and make plans for another date with him. Unfortunately, WSB director Ross Cullum will have other plans, since he'll push Britt to disappear to Spoon Island so she can get the project up and running in 3 months. Britt will bicker with Cullum before ultimately agreeing to come to Windermere tonight. Since Jason was already an issue at the Five Poppies Resort, Cullum will warn Britt to get Jason out of her life, or else he'll do it for her. After Trina opens up to Ava Jerome about her renewed romance with Kai, she'll fret over the danger Ava might be in due to her connection to Jen Sidwell. Ava won't be concerned since she knows how to handle men like Sidwell and will point out that she's looking after Lucas too. At the Quartermain mansion, Michael Corinthos will rile Harrison Chase when he wonders how long until he's back in Willow's bed. Chase will throw the first punch, but Michael will give him a pretty good beatdown in return. Jason will break up the fight, so Chase will stomp off while Michael ices his jaw. Michael won't want his kids under Drew's roof again, so Jason will promise that they won't let that happen. At the hospital, Portia Robinson will have a hearing to decide whether she'll be reinstated on a probationary basis or fired. We'll see Portia make a strong case for why she should be kept on staff, including the part where she saved Drew's life despite her hatred for him. Curtis Ashford will also speak with Laura Collins on Portia's behalf and put aside their issues to fight for her job. As for Isaiah Gannon, he'll clash with Stella Henry briefly, but he'll convince her to cut Portia some slack. Stella and Portia will exchange apologies in the end. Finally, Sonny Corinthos will push ADA Justine Turner to stand down when it comes to Michael. In fact, Sonny won't think the case should move forward at all since someone gave Drew what he deserved. General Hospital spoilers hint that Drew Kane may have to deal with locked-in syndrome. Drew may find himself unable to reveal Willow Kane's guilt and stuck under her control. Thanks to some news coverage on Tuesday, January 20th, the show was preempted. That episode was delayed until Wednesday, January 21st, which is when Lucas Jones will offer updates on Drew's condition. Once Willow calls for paramedics and gets Drew to GH, she'll pretend she's an emotional wreck. Willow will make it seem like she just hopes she got Drew to the hospital in time following his bizarre symptoms. After Willow spills a phony story to Elizabeth Baldwin about Drew slurring his speech and melting on one side of his face, Lucas will deliver some information on their findings. Lucas will reveal that their initial diagnosis indicates Drew suffered a massive stroke, so they'll have him on stroke protocol and will be monitoring him closely. As for whether Drew will recover, Lucas will admit it's too early to tell. The doc will explain that patients who suffer strokes can exhibit a number of impairments in the aftermath. Since Willow is a nurse, she'll point out that Drew could suffer from aphasia and limited mobility. However, Lucas will offer up an option that seems like a huge hint about where this storyline is headed. And in extreme cases, full locked-in syndrome. But we won't know anything about that for some time. Lucas will insist in Wednesday's episode. Now that Lucas has provided this clue, it feels like a safe bet to say that Drew's indeed going to suffer from full locked-in syndrome. Drew may be unable to move or speak at all, meaning he can't tell anyone that Willow did this to him. Of course, Drew should figure out that Willow is guilty of shooting him too, based on her latest actions. That syringe to the neck was no doubt a big giveaway that Willow isn't the loving spouse Drew thought she was. Although Drew would surely love to point the finger at Willow, he should be trapped in his own body and prevented from sharing how his wife has betrayed him. Willow will be in control of Drew's care and may ship him off to Turning Woods or another facility while she's free to do whatever she wants. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Willow Kane will get rid of evidence when she disposes of the syringe at GH. Willow will launch another cover-up and do her best to convince everyone that she's a concerned spouse. Drew was blindsided when Willow suddenly stuck a syringe into his neck. One minute, Drew Kane was sharing a bottle of bubbly with Willow, and the next, he was passing out on the floor following her unexpected jab. Of course, Willow knew exactly what she was doing and put a lot of thought into her latest plot. Fans will see Willow give quite a performance at GH as she feigns innocence and plays up her worries regarding Drew's recovery. In the January 21st episode, Lucas Jones will speak for Drew's medical team and confirm that they believe he had a massive stroke. There'll be some talk about Drew potentially struggling to walk and talk in the aftermath of this ordeal. Lucas will even mention the possibility of full locked-in syndrome, so Willow will do some serious damage with her twisted move. The last thing Willow wants is to find herself under suspicion of yet another crime. That's why sneaky Willow will carefully slip the syringe out of her purse when no one else is around. Willow will remove the syringe from a tissue and dump it in a hospital waste container, so she'll manage to hide her trail. By the end of all this, Willow should be feeling pretty good about getting away with shooting Drew twice and causing his stroke. Drew deserves to suffer, considering how horrible he's been to practically every resident in Port Charles. That said, Willow deserves a comeuppance too, and may not be able to hide her guilt forever. For now, Willow will keep turning on the waterworks and faking how distraught she is. Although Willow doesn't really care about Drew at this point, she'll have to sell her faux love and make everyone think she's a loyal, fearful wife. General Hospital spoilers say Willow could run into some trouble along the way, so stay tuned for updates on any shocking news ahead. When General Hospital had WSB boss Brennan reassign Agent Vaughn to get him away from rookie partner Jocelyn, we assumed that the move was temporary. We assumed that the couple's passion was too great to be snuffed out by a disapproving supervisor. We assumed they'd fight to stay together. And we assumed wrong. Turns out, after just over 6 months as Vaughn, Bryce Durfee is really out. He's no longer listed in the soap's closing credits even. It's an odd turn of events, no? Especially when you consider that General Hospital killed off Evan Hofer's well-liked Dex to turn Joss into a JV secret agent with an older man partner who'd soon become her new lover. If she's going to just let Vaughn go without a fight, and that doesn't seem like Carly's take-no-prisoners daughter to us, then dare we ask, can we get Dex back? Yeah, sure, we know we saw Hofer's character die on screen, but we also saw Britt and Nathan kick the bucket, and hey, look at them now. They're back in action as if nothing ever happened. Over the years, Anna died, Jason died, Rick died, Sonny died. Half of Port Charles has taken a trip to the hereafter and back. It was a jaw-dropping moment at the end of the January 19 episode of General Hospital when Willow, high off her victory in court, unexpectedly stabbed Drew with a mysterious syringe. Now, while national news coverage makes us all wait another day to see the aftermath, GH fans are reacting to the shocking scene, including an epic Easter egg. The moment was so shocking, it could have passed for a Friday cliffhanger, the way Willow appeared behind Drew and suddenly stabbed him in the neck with a syringe. It left fans on the edge of their seats, and that captivation allowed one fan to notice a very important Easter egg. In response to a clip of the scene that's been circling X, one fan said, "Did you notice she said exactly the same thing to him that he said to her picture the night she shot him?" After Drew fell to the floor and was left unconscious, Willow looked down at him, a combination of fury and crazy in her voice when she said, "It's all going to work out, Drew. You'll see." This line stands out because she was quoting Drew from right before she shot him. After placing Lila's ring on the mantel, he looked at a framed photo of the two of them and said, "It's all going to work out, Willow. You'll see." Of course, this little Easter egg also confirms that Willow was already in the house at that moment, overhearing Drew's words before shooting him twice in the back. Whether it be taking a trip to unwind, volunteering, or adding to our own personal resumes to help support others on their journeys, sometimes in life we do things that make us feel happy, proud, or simply just a bit more complete. General Hospital's Laura Wright recently shared a life-changing experience, one that landed a little different than any other. The ABC soap vet announced on her official Instagram that she'd completed a course to become a circle leader for the Wild Woman Project, and expressed, "I've taken quite a few courses, gone to many retreats, and have a couple certifications, but this one landed a little different." She went on to admit, "This one cracked my heart open," then added, "And it's just so perfect that I receive it today. Tonight I lead my first sacred circle," while her co-star Caitlin McMullen jumped into the comments to cheer, "Let's go!" Those in charge at the Wild Woman Project stated, "What a joy to have you in training, Laura. Wishing you an amazing first circle." So, what is the organization all about? The Wild Woman Project is a movement that brings women all over the globe together, whether it be online or face-to-face, to create circles of support, healing, listening, dreaming, and feeling. In the process, women will empower one another to embrace their untamed, wild, intuitive, and creative nature, which in turn will inspire others to do the same. Wright also posted a story on her social media to invite women to join the actress for her next circle on April 19th. Plus, if you missed our recent interview with Wright, find out what one word she won't ever let Carly say, even after 30 years in daytime, and more. Weddings come in all shapes and sizes. Some are big productions and some are intimate affairs, but no matter what, each has their own special elements. And when it comes to General Hospital star Rory Gibson's upcoming nuptials, he turned to one of his castmates for a little added touch. The ABC soap fave posted a story on his official Instagram that revealed some very sweet details. The still image from what appeared to be a video call was captioned, "The homie Ryan Pavey making my wedding ring." Gibson could be seen on the other end of the conversation in the top right corner, as the main shot gave a clear view of Pavey hard at work creating a special wedding band. For those who don't recall, back on October 16, 2022, we reported that Gibson's fiancée, Alicia Ruelas, who he's been with for almost 15 years, announced their engagement by posting 4 photos from McKenna Beach, Maui, Hawaii, and shared, I'm going to be future Mrs. Gibson. I'm in shock." As for Pavey's role in their next chapter, the ABC star has been making one-of-a-kind jewelry for years now, which is featured through his site Fortunate Wanderer. Our designs are inspired by the beauty of the natural world and the freedom of the open road, inviting you to find your own adventure. states the site. So come wander with us. Discover unique treasures, express your personal style, and embrace the journey. Because at Fortunate Wanderer, happiness is being true to yourself. We can't wait to see the finished product, and once again, send Gibson and Ruelas our congrats as they set out on this exciting new adventure. General Hospital spoilers for the week of January 26th to 30 reveal that Jen Sidwell will exploit Drew Kane's pain, while Emma Scorpio Drake faces a doomed mission. Harrison Chase will also comfort Willow Kane. So, let's talk about what's ahead in Port Charles. For starters, Sonny Corinthos will use some manipulation tactics on Ava Jerome. That may involve Sonny's plan to use Ava, Sidwell, and Lucy Coe's love triangle to his advantage. As for Jason Morgan, some alarm bells will be going off when it comes to Britt Westbourne. When Britt suddenly pulls away despite wanting to move forward together, Jason will know something's up. WSB director Ross Cullum expects Britt to disappear to Windermere so she can devote more time to the project, but Jason is sure to notice and seek answers. Over with Jocelyn Jacks, she'll need some help and will turn to someone surprising for it. Jocelyn may end up with an unexpected ally as a result. Meanwhile, Curtis Ashford will express some relief. That could mean good news is brewing regarding Portia Robinson's future at GH. Portia may be reinstated on a probationary basis, which is the best she can hope for at this point. Curtis might also be relieved over Drew being incapacitated due to his stroke, since he can't blow up any more lives, at least for right now. Of course, Willow will continue to act like she's drowning in despair, despite being the reason Drew's in this predicament. You can bet Chase will reach out to Willow and comfort her at some point. As for Jordan Ashford, she'll arrange an introduction. This may have something to do with Sidwell's plan to replace Drew as a congressman. Sidwell may waste no time in picking that replacement now that Drew's going to be out of commission for the foreseeable future. While Sidwell exploits Drew's situation, Emma will get tangled up in a rescue mission that'll end in some trauma. It turns out Emma, Max Scorpio, and Felicia Scorpio will all leap into action, following what'll appear to be an Anna Devane sighting. Unfortunately, that could be a manipulative move on Cullum's part. Cullum may lead them all down the wrong trail and could potentially even fake Anna's demise if he needs them to stop looking permanently. General Hospital spoilers say some unsettling twists are in the works, so stay tuned for updates on all the mayhem. Subscribe